Welcome to the channel. My name is Doug from out in the country. Today is the big day to build the big coop. So I'm super excited to get started on this project. We've been looking forward to this for a while. And basically what we're going to do is build a large chicken coop within our barn. So first I'm going to show you where we're at, what progress we've made so far, and then we're going to get right into the build. We tried to get an early start in the day and it just didn't happen. So I only have a few hours to work. Let's see how much we can get done. So this is where we're at. This is the corner of the barn where the coop will go, and you can see we laid concrete blocks in the ground to serve as a footing and to keep animals from digging under and getting into the coop. We also laid them all the way around the edge under the wall, again to just protect the chickens, to stop predators from getting in easily. So I think that's going to work good. We got that done. We also have a hole dug for a post that I'm going to be setting in the corner, and that'll be quick. I just got to drop it in and backfill it. We also have all the wood here ready to go, so let's get building. Now I only have a rough draft of this coop in my mind. I really sketched out a couple things on the paper, so I'm going to be making it up as I go and building, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So it's not going to be a how-to video, but it's what we like to call an inspire-to video. We hope to inspire you and maybe give you some tips, some ideas, and just motivate you to get out there and do your own thing and make your own ideas. Because everybody's situation is different, every coop is different, every flock is different, every barn is different. So this is going to apply to us, but in a broader range, it's going to be great for anybody who wants to build a coop to get some ideas. As you can see, Ashley came out to help me, and that's great because that's going to make this so much easier. And as you can also see, we're putting the post in without concrete. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people make, is they want to set their post in concrete because they think it makes them stronger, makes them last longer, and it really doesn't. I would call it a big mistake to put your post in concrete, and I've seen a lot of people do it because it's just the old way of doing it. From my experience, the posts in concrete rot out just as fast, if not faster, usually faster than the posts set in dirt. And when they do rot out, it's just that much harder to replace them because now you got a big block of concrete in the ground. So I would rather set a post in dirt and just have it sit there the way it is. The post is set, and now we're going to work on this wall. What did I say this was? 13.2? Mm-hmm. This one? So the coop is starting to come together. It took a little time to get started because we didn't have a solid plan. We had a sketch, but no measurements. The front wall is starting to take shape, and it looks really good. We're going to work for a couple minutes more before the sun goes down. I was trying to figure out how to attach a piece of wood to this beam. We need a 2x4 running right here where there's nothing to hook it to. So I don't have any screws to hook to metal, so I'm sandwiching. I cut a piece of wood that'll fit in here, and one that fits on the outside. And I'm just screwing the two woods together, and it kind of just clamps to the metal, and I'll hook my board right to these. So yesterday we got off to a slow start, and today's a new day and we're going to go back into it. It's early and I think we can get a lot done today. We're just going to get right into doing the next wall, the side wall, and that's pretty easy. Again, all this is easy. It's just a frame to...
Notching it, putting it up.
I'm kind of making it up as we go. We know what it should look like when it's done, but there's some measurements and some kind of guesswork and discussion of how big do you want this? How wide do you want the opening? That type of thing. So we're just trying to figure it out. And it's looking good. I hope it comes out good. Alright. This post that we're using is like heavily twisted at the top. So I had to shave it down. I just kind of hacked away with the saw to get rid of that twist so I can lay my next piece of wood onto it square. And it looks a lot better. Okay. So this is going okay, but do you see what we're doing here? We're climbing around like monkeys using one ladder when we got two ladders, because if you remember, we just got a free ladder up the side of the road the other day. So I'm gonna go get it now. I'm gonna put this in here, because I'm really do the middle part. Yeah, Well, we're heading into the end of another day, so we're going to be wrapping this up for tonight, and we're going to be back at it tomorrow. So we're getting there. It's slow, but we're getting there. A little here, a little there. Framing should be done very shortly, but we got the main box done, and the next part is going to blow your minds, because if any of you have been following us for a while, you know that we designed our coop to have a big section and then a smaller section, so we'd have like a two-part coop. It's going to stay two-part, but we're changing up the layout, so you're going to have to watch the rest of this video to see what we're going to do. It's not going to be what we said in our original plans. So, alright, this is where things start to get interesting. The coop is mainly formed. We see a frame, and the frame looks really good. But I have to put up the dividing wall. This coop is going to be a two-part coop. We're going to have two sections so we can keep the flocks separated when we need to. And I'm going to be putting a wall in the center, and that doesn't merely make sense, does it? Because I have this doorway in the center. So I'm going to try something and hope that it works out. Let's get working.
Yeah, Toad. Toad.
We have a wall here, right in the center of the door, and I've been trying to figure out these angles, and I think I got it right. And I'm going to brace these up. You can see I don't know, I'm just making this up as I go. So basically what we're going to do is create this shape and have two doors at an angle. So it'll be a little inset area. So that's the plan. So sometimes you just have to sleep on it to get like a new idea, and I got a new idea today. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do these doors, but this is my idea. I'm gonna rip a piece of wood at an angle, and this was just a test, but it's gonna go the full height, and then I'm gonna have a flat edge for my hinges and the door to rest against. And the door will basically be here, swinging like that. All right. I'm gonna have it swing in, that's just how I want it. So I have to rip a piece of wood at a 45-degree angle, and I don't have a table saw, so I'm gonna try to do it over here. So all I did was screw this to the pallet. This is stationary, and I'm gonna draw a line on it and just rip it with my circular saw at 45 degrees. And it should come out good if I take my time.
Don't put that on the phone.
Before I can put them on, I gotta put a floor down here, so we're gonna use pallet wood. And I'm just gonna be cutting it out and put right here on this triangle. This is gonna be a little platform to step on. There's the new deck. Coming into the coops. Now I'll cut my door frame bracing, and we'll get that together. We just put some screws in right here, straight into the wood. And this is looking awesome. This is gonna hold the hinges to our doors. And wow, that strengthened up this center wall so much. It's like solid, it doesn't wiggle. So I'm glad we went this route, because not only is it gonna make a nice hinge surface, but it also acts as a support for the middle.
I don't think this is coming out so good.
Why?
Look, this is the door we're walking in. Wrong.
So I'm ready to build the doors. I got the wood all cut. It's just gonna be a simple 2x4 frame, and I'm gonna be attaching it together with some 6-inch screws, just like that. So, should be quick and easy. Let's see how it goes. So I'm going to test fit the first door. Looks good, actually. All right.
Perfect.
I can't believe that worked out as good as it did. We're super happy with these doors. They look so cool, and they don't work. So we have been working on the wire, and we just finished up getting the wire done. I think all the wire that needs to go on is on. So here it is. Check it out, looking awesome. Really like a coupe now.
It's really cool. The doors.
You can go in here. See, the ceiling is all protected. I don't know if I showed you guys, but we added some supports just to try to give the ceiling a little extra strength, since it's a long span for a 2x4.
And this.
Got the middle wall done to divide the coupes. It's like his and hers.
Yeah.
It'll be your side, this is my side.
Okay.
Right now we're working on the pop door. It took us a while to decide what kind of style door to do. Before, we've done a swinging door in our small coupe, and that worked fine for us, but I really wanted to try this sliding door. So I just chopped this out, and then I framed in a 2x4 frame. I'm about to add some wood to the top and bottom just to cover up the metal. The hole is prepped. I decided to skip the board I was going to put up here, and I just put some J-channel. We had some red J-channel, so I just put that around the metal, and it actually looks a lot better. So these boards are 2.5 inches wide. These are 3.5 inches, being a 2x4. And you want them to be shorter. I'm going an inch less. And just to show you, that's gonna give room for the door to be in here. Sliding, it's gonna create a channel. So you just want to cut back a little bit. Super easy. So this kind of formed this awesome track. It's 3/4 inches deep. Well, it's an inch deep, but 3/4 inches wide, thick. And so we're gonna use a 1/2 inch plywood as the door, and that's gonna fit nice and kind of loose in there so it can slide easily. So we cut our plywood, and this is pressure treated plywood that we got, to be a 1/2 inch narrower than this opening. So we're just gonna center it, line it up flush with the top. I'm just gonna be screwing it right through the face of this. Okay, moment of truth. There it is. Hi, welcome to my chicken coop. Great. One.
Now we have to make the planks.
Cold.
Yeah.
We gotta trim it. We've been working on the nesting boxes and they are done. They're just a basic open communal nesting box. I would have preferred some slightly different dimensions, but we used the wood that we had and they were free. You guys might remember this brown wood came off the side of the road the other day. This is from pallets. Those are long boards from a crate. All free wood, so we used what we had. Now
The pickets lining the walls.
we're doing this old picket fence that we tore apart. The wood's pretty rotted, but it's gonna work good for in here. And we're gonna line the walls to protect the metal.
Barn.
Yeah. The chicken coop is 100% complete. We finished it and it feels so good to get that done and out of the way. It came out awesome. It looks so good and it really came
Better than I expected.
yeah. So we're gonna give you guys kind of a walkthrough and show you all the details up close and talk about the decisions we made and the stuff that we did. Here's the front, complete with the nesting boxes. We got the bottom sealed up with fence boards. We attached the wire just with screws. We've used staples in the past, but we wanted to use screws this time to kind of make it easier to move or replace if we had to, and you can see we did have to move them. The doors are held. We use these kind of latches. They're meant to be hooked on, these are kind of backwards, but they work really well for holding the door in place on this weird angle. So we're happy with that, and we're gonna get a little clip to put in here just to hold it, lock it. We also use the same type of lock. You see this latch is supposed to be hooked this way, but put it backwards, and it keeps the box secure. It also acts as a handle to lift it. Now these lids don't use any hinges, you'll notice. We wanted to keep hardware to a minimum. So they just can lift right off, but those wood pieces keep them from sliding around. We sealed this side off completely with our fence panels, and I think it looks pretty awesome. We wanted it to be blocked from the wind, so if wind is coming in our livestock door, it's not going to be blasting into the coop. And we also have a pop door on this side going into the barn. And that's because we actually plan on free-ranging chickens. So they're going to go right out to pasture with the sheep and everything else. So this double door design actually is, we're really happy with how this came out.
Perfect.
And we're going to use this side to start with, especially with the younger birds. And they're going to go out to a fenced-in run. But when they're older, or when we have a bigger flock, we're going to move the older ones over here, separate the flock, and we can just block this door up with a fence or a pallet or something, and then just scoot them over. It'll be pretty easy. We use 2x4s for the perches. This is just what we think works good. A flat 2x4, it's easy for them to sit on. It's comfortable and it's cheap. And we left room so that we could add more if we need more. We also did add our string to the door. You can see we put an eye bolt in here. And the string goes straight up to another one. Goes over here. Back down. A little eye bolt here just to hold it while it's in the closed position. And then down here, we have a little upside down rope hook. And
So when you want to open the pop door in the morning, you just grab the string, pull it, the door opens, and then you just hook it right on the hook.
we did the same thing on this side, identical setup with a string going up.
And again, same thing.
So each coop is about 6.5 feet wide by 13 feet deep. That can comfortably accommodate probably just over 20 chickens. We could probably put 20 to 30 chickens in each side comfortably. I'd feel okay with that. And the nesting boxes are about 4.5 feet wide, which can also accommodate about that many chickens, especially since we'll have a mixed flock of roosters and hens, so they're not all going to be laying.
Yeah.
So altogether, probably 40 to
60
chickens is pretty good.
Yeah.
And especially if we use one side for smaller chickens, you can squeeze more in. So it'll work out. We plan on breeding, selling, so we'll have more younger ones for a while until we can sell them. And we'll see how that goes. So I hope you guys like our new chicken coop, but we want to know, what is your favorite part? Put it in the comments below. What's your favorite thing about our coop, our double coop setup? We think it's pretty awesome. We're looking forward to using it and looking forward to chickens. They will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. But that's all we have for today, so until next time, take care.
Bye.